Jet engines on airplanes burn 6.5 million tonnes of fuel every year. This is both financially and environmentally unsustainable. Something needs to be done. Good afternoon, everybody. We are Skyline Logistics. The logistics industry is a massive industry that takes in everything from trucking to shipping to air transport. And from looking at all these different industries, we saw many ways that automation was already being used. Autonomous trucks, robot-controlled warehouses, and self-driven cranes. And we here at Skyline Logistics noticed that airports needed a change. Airports are a massive global industry, and there are over 40,000 airports worldwide. And airports offer up a perfect case for automation, as they offer a secure, predictable, enclosed area. And up to this point, there hasn't been a huge amount of innovation in automation in airports, until now. We looked at every aspect of airport ground logistics, and were overwhelmed by the inefficiencies we found. But one aspect stood out in particular: pushback and taxiing. So let's examine that. When a plane is loaded and ready to go, the pilot reverses the engines to slowly push back the plane from the gate. The pilot then switches into forward to taxi over to the runway and waits for the slot to take off. And this process, on average, takes 17 minutes. That's 17 minutes that don't include engine startup time, 3 to 5 minutes, and the same again for pilot safety checks. And the 3 safety operators required to observe pushback, time and manpower being wasted, leading to delays. But that's also 17 minutes where these huge jet engines are turning and burning fuel, and the plane hasn't even left the ground. And this can be costly. We'll take Ryanair, for example. Ryanair make 1,800 daily flights. So by taking into account the average taxi time, the amount of fuel burned by one of Ryanair's 737s in taxiing, and the average cost of jet fuel, we get a taxiing cost per plane, per flight, of €88. You multiply this up by 1,800 daily flights, you get an annual cost of close to 60 million. 60 million euro, and that's just Ryanair. Take every other airline in the world, and that's hundreds of tons of fuel being burned up into the air unnecessarily. Something needs to be done, not just financially, but also for pollution. Airplanes are designed to fly, not to drive around on the ground. We need something else, something that can allow a plane to taxi with its engines off. So what are we going to do about it?
We've developed a solution that hasn't been developed until now, and we call it Towbot. Towbot is an autonomous electric airplane tug, suitable for pushback, taxi, and long maintenance runs. It will soon be the necessity for modern airports. Towbot uses state-of-the-art tracking systems paired with LiDAR and infrared scanners to guide it around any airport setting. The combination of sensors ensures complete awareness of its environment and dependability at all times. However, manual control means that if the machine encounters unfamiliar conditions, it will alert the control tower, who will then manually direct Towbot. As for power, the future is electric. This will mean phenomenal torque generation from our 2 main 300 horsepower motors. These motors are also cleaner and far quieter than the current diesel setup. What was it called?
Lithium Titanate.
Oh yeah, so lithium titanate cells using advanced nanotechnology will power this system. These have a life cycle 10 times that of standard lithium batteries, and rapid charging capabilities make them perfect for use with Towbot. Lithium titanate has the highest energy to weight ratio currently available. This will mean increased capacity without the added weight and bulk. Airfield safety is another issue, and we take this very seriously. Every year, the cost of mistakes and damages in airports amounts to millions. Towbot will use advanced networking to cut out the lapses in communication that lead to multiple costly mishaps every year in our airports. We've also implemented what we call dead zone technology. This will allow for the machine to be rendered immediately useless if it is to veer off its designated area. So how much will this cost and who's going to buy it? We will sell direct to airport authorities, who will then recoup their initial investment through increased taxes on airlines. These airlines will then benefit from reduced fuel bills and increased capacity. We will market our product at €1.5 million per machine. And if we take Dublin Airport as just one example, the DEA would need 4 Towbots to service its 500 daily flights. That's 6 towing operations per machine per hour, and an initial investment of €6 million. So at a taxi cost of €50, 25 of this accounting for electricity and maintenance, the DEA could see a return of its investment in just over 1 year. And from an airline's point of view, Ryanair alone could save €22 million when compared with the cost of self-powered taxi. And this is just the start for us at Skyline Logistics. Towbot is just one of the many machines possible in this smart connected fleet. Soon there will be a complete integrated system of airport equipment to make sure that your flight arrives on time for less, time after time after time. The future is autonomous, the future is electric, and the future is Towbot. And here is Towbot.
So here's our prototype for Towbot, a simplified 1:26 scale model. Its chassis was CNC machined from high-impact acrylic. Its sleek, black outer shell is the result of over 50 hours of 3D printing. We chose red and black as our prominent colours, as they are very striking, and they are the colours of our very own Trinity College. Model Towbot is equipped with headlights, tail lights, and turn signals to keep it visible. However, inside is where the magic really happens. A microcontroller is the brains of our operation, and we have pushed it to the max. By utilising all the available pins, we have incorporated the features that make full-size Towbot stand out. Model Towbot is powered by 3.7-volt lithium batteries and by 2 independent rear drive motors, allowing us to maximise mobility and allowing for the recessed rear dock. On the front, we have a combination of ultrasonic and path-following sensors to make our prototype fully aware of its surroundings. We chose to use these sensors as it is a suitable simplification from our full-scale model, which is designed to run in designated lanes. Also, from using these sensors, we've been able to simulate our dead zone area. When our front 5 sensors are tripped, Towbot will shut down and will require physical assistance for rescue. Just like our full-scale model, our prototype also has the option for manual control. We achieved this using a Bluetooth chip for communication. We developed our own app, which gives us full control of Towbot, allowing us to remotely direct it if our bot runs into difficulty. Sorry, just lost my. Yeah, one of our most important features is mounted on the back, our clamping mechanism. Model Towbot uses a 3D printed clamping system that can be remotely opened and closed to latch onto planes. And finally, we have captured all our essential features in this prototype. Our autonomous electric airplane Towbot.
So we've thrown a lot at you today. A lot of great ideas that we think. So we've decided to make a short video just to summarise what really makes Towbot great and stand out from anything else that's around at the minute.
Long-haul transit is vital for 75% of the items that you buy. By improving airport ground support logistics and reducing the amount of fuel that is burnt during taxiing, we can decrease the number of delayed flights and cut delivery costs. To get items to you on time and without delay, we must think outside the box. The solution? Towbot, an electronic, autonomous airplane tug. Paving the way for smart, connected airports worldwide. The future of global logistics is Towbot.
Thank you all very much for listening. We have an Instagram account that's been blogging all the work we've been doing for the last year. It's up there if you want to follow it. So I'll now invite the other two team members down and answer any questions that the judges might have.
Super guys, look forward to the future of Towbot losing my luggage living around in the airport. So maybe a question or two from our judges. John, Gibson?
Just to say there is some competition out there. I mean, I can tell you about it.
So it's a taxi bot, is it?
It's a Czech company from in computer science. Actually, there's a project quite related to this that you might be aware of. That doesn't make part. I can send you the link, but I've been taught a lot. Actually, as it happens, I know a fair bit about this problem just as it happens. So that's probably unfair, that somebody just happens to know. But have you thought about the regulatory aspects of regulatory approval for something like this, and even LiDAR, the regulatory aspects of LiDAR on an air site in an airport? Have you looked at that at all?
The regulations only is so far as at the current regulations where the pilot needs to be in control of the plane. So it'd be the only competitor that we know of at the minute, TaxiBot, which is a similar style but is completely controlled by the plane, which requires kind of modified landing gear. So our version would be in the over the next few years. Our version, as automation proves itself, the regulation will be able to adapt to show that Towbot is safe to work around these planes. As for LiDAR, I'm not entirely sure that was.
The computer science, that wasn't to do with snowplows by any chance, was it? I read another one from a computer science we're using them around airports.
I think there can be health implications with LiDAR for humans working.
As I said in the presentation, there's a combination of sensors. So LiDAR would be more for kind of, we need LiDAR and infrared. Infrared can pick up obstacles, we say, better than LiDAR can. LiDAR has benefits with range and things like that. But we're also experimenting with the use of GPS and different tracking systems like that. And we're not stuck to LiDAR.
Can I just ask about the sort of logistics of implementing this in an airport? Would runways have to be redesigned and changed to accommodate tracks for these to run from plane to plane, or will it delay times of each plane going out because this has to go and come back each time, or however many number of them there are?
So I think at current there's pathways and runways that these machines already use. It's not a free for all on the airstrip. Same way anywhere has roads. And as for implementation, probably it will have to happen at some stage. But it doesn't seem to be that big of an issue because the technology is getting better in airports, and I think there will be kind of a niche for saving time and money eventually, and it's going to have to adapt to that.
Super. So maybe we thank Towbot again. And again, keep your questions for the studios and the demos later on. So the next team up is Team Altea, who are looking at kind of emergency response autonomous vehicles.